The Eagles have landed, guys. The Eagles have landed in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. Sounds so great saying that. Super Bowl week is here, baby. Trending in the AM. We're live in 30 seconds.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 woo!
And a very good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trending in the AM, right here on the STT Sports Network. Guys, we are live, YouTube and Twitter. Make sure you do me that favor. Smash that like button. Hulk smash that subscribe button. Eagles smash that share button. Tell one, tell all. STT Sports Network and Trending in the AM, the number one morning show in Philadelphia, the only show where your opinions actually matter. Guys, I'm Phil Stiefel, your host. It's free to support these local content creators like myself. This is the week. This kind of a week is why we do what we do. This is the kind of week why I bust my ass to wake up with you crazies, you sickos, every morning, because our Philadelphia Eagles have landed in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59. We're going to talk a lot about football, a lot about the Super Bowl, a lot about the Eagles again this week, guys. And of course, today, because the show is called Trending in the AM, we might have to dabble in some NBA talk because there were some shocking NBA trades this weekend that just, yeah, that's all I can say about that. But let's get right to the comments. I see a lot of comments. What I love about doing this show is when I see 2 minutes before the show, 6, 7 people already waiting for the chat to begin, already chatting in the chat, waiting for the show to begin. So we got a lot of comments right away. Good morning, Duck to you. Probably background listen. That's unacceptable. Cancel all meetings. It's Super Bowl week. So there's no need for work whatsoever. Steven Fuentes, Super Bowl week, baby. And Waste Management Phoenix Open as well. Of course. Can't forget about that. Yup, Zach. Yeah, it's Super Bowl. Eagles winning this shit. Line it up and let's knock it down, Zach. That's what we got to do because it's Super Bowl week, and we are going to do that. We could have traded Joel, Ricky, and 3 seconds for dude, Marshawn. When I woke up Sunday morning and saw the Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis trade, like I saw a Shams tweet or report about it, I had to triple check the account. I went on other sites just to make sure it wasn't a fake account. He wasn't hacked or something like that. Shocking. The Luka Doncic only cost Anthony Davis in a first-round pick, basically. Insanity. Complete insanity. I don't know what is going on in the NBA. That's just one of the most crazy things to ever happen. Probably one of the most crazy trades in the history of sports at this point. A 25-year-old all-pro, perennial MVP that just took his team to the finals for a 30-something-year-old guy. It's shocking. It definitely puts a little twist and wrinkle into Super Bowl week with the NBA talk. It's going to be all over the airwaves this morning, for sure. What about content? We're here. Where were you 3 minutes ago when we went live? We got plenty of content this week. It is Super Bowl week. And couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier. This is why I wake up every single morning to do shows like this when our team, yeah, the negativity when teams are bad is always easy to help the algo, but man, Super Bowl week is all about fun. It's all about goofing around. It's all about showing your homerism. You're going to see people call you delusional, righteous, whatnot. You're going to see people saying, take your homer hat off. No, we are Eagles fans, all of us. The whole point of this is to get excited when your team reaches the championship game. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be homer through and through all week. There's no way I'll find a single way that I think the Chiefs will beat the Eagles because this is what we live for. Now, I will be a little upset that I'm not there like I should be, but, maybe next year will be the year that I'm down there. What about the refs, bro? Look, the refs are a problem. The way you beat the refs, the way you counteract the refs in this scenario for the Eagles and the Chiefs is extremely simple. You don't put it in the hands of the refs. You don't let the refs have that opportunity to affect the outcome of the game. It's very simple. You win. You win big. You dominate. You do what you did against Washington. You just put points up on the board that are unstoppable. That's how you attack the referee aspect of things. And you know what? I've seen a few people, a few bigger name people, starting to put some pressure on the NFL to make sure that they make a statement, not a physical statement, like make a statement in the way this game is handled to kind of curtail this ref narrative. I think finally the league is starting to hear the fans question the integrity of the referees in the league. So maybe we'll have a clean called game right down the middle. But if not, you take it out of their hands. It's something that I always remember back when UFC was growing. UFC was growing in popularity. We're talking before UFC 100, but we're talking the Chuck Liddell era. You're talking the Tito Ortiz era. Dana White used to gather up all the fighters before a pay-per-view and he used to tell everybody, you cannot complain about a judge's score if you don't leave it in the judge's hands. Go for the knockout. Go for the submission. The Eagles have to do the same exact thing. You don't leave it in the hands of the refs. You go for the knockout punch quickly and early. You go out there and let Saquon Barkley run all over. You put the ball in AJ's hands and let him beast mode everybody. That's how you curtail the referee story. You don't let it be in the ref's hands. Plain and simple. That's how you do it. And I really believe that. You had refs 30 yards downfield making tush-push decisions for the Chiefs. Look, I'm not going to doubt or disagree with the people that say the refs are a problem or could be a problem on Sunday. They very well could. But it's very easy to counter it with the knockout punch. You don't counter it with a jab. You counter it with a knockout punch. Plain and simple. Jalen Carter got fined this weekend for the hit on the Washington Commanders center. I don't know how to say Tyler Biazdiks or whatever his name is. Almost $17,500 for smacking him in the face. Jalen Carter's got to control his emotions. He's got to know that the refs are going to be eyeing him. They're not going to be eyeing the offensive lineman for holding him. They're going to be eyeing him for cheap shots. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is going to be eyed up for his trash talking. He's got a reputation. Don't put yourself in that situation. The Eagles will have to control their emotions. A.J. Brown gets a little physical and handsy. Control those emotions. Did they also find A.J. Brown? I missed that one in my general reading yesterday, but yeah. A huge thing is controlling your emotions on Sunday because you know the refs are going to have their eyes close on you. The refs are also being told to pull this down the middle. Maybe. Very, very important that you don't let the emotions of the moment get on. Key thing, and it goes both ways because the Chiefs obviously got massive amount of experience. At least 40+% of this Eagles team, this is not there for a Super Bowl. Over 20 of the Eagles on this roster were in the 2022 Super Bowl. And you have others like Oren Burks that was on other Super Bowl teams. So there is experience in this team, and that does go a long way. The Eagles have been defeating teams in the refs all season. They will do it again on Sunday. Yeah, you gotta play smart though, Rick, with the referees. The referee story. I don't want to come on the show next Monday, Victory Monday or not, and have the refs be the conversation. So the Eagles have to be smart and control themselves, but also got to take care of business. Just take it out of their hands. Very easy. Take it out of their hands. They did not find any of the Commanders for all their Of course they did. Of course. And they want to talk about integrity, right? Luvu is protect somehow for his stupid and dangerous plays. Yeah, I don't get it. Not sure. But, yeah. Protected somehow, some way. Is he an all-pro? Literally, is he an all-pro? I'm not even sure about that. I don't know about that. Good morning, Little J. I'm a big Eagles fan. I got a new haircut. How about that? That's a first in the chat there. Wasted career, you could give 100% without being dirty. Absolutely. You absolutely can be 100% and not be dirty. You don't have to be dirty. I lost my temper and see that a Chiefs fan, friend of church, is seething a sin. Yeah, it might be one of the, is seething the 8th or 9th deadly sin. Is that what it is? But no, the rest, look, the rest are part of the story. We know that. But again, I firmly believe you could still win the Super Bowl and not have the rest be the story. You got to think about it. This Eagles defense is so elite. There's two ways the Eagles win this game. In a super close game. The Chiefs are not going to put up 30, 40 points against this Eagles defense. I don't care how great they are. The Eagles are going to give up 18, 20, 23 points maximum. Okay? It's just a matter of whether the Eagles offense can put up 35, 40, and keep the game out of the ref's control. We just put up a 55 spot against the Washington Commanders. Not a great defense. The Chiefs aren't an elite defense either. They got Chris Jones and a few players. But you take it out of their hands. It's simple as that. You go out there and you run the score up early. You score 2 touchdowns before they score 1 in the first quarter. That's what you do. I'm seeing on YouTube the script has been locked, is leaked. Okay, gotcha. What's up, David? How you doing? The Super Bowl is not going to be close. Eagles win by 10 plus. David, look, will that be accurate or not? I don't know. Will that be how I predict this game? I don't know. We'll get to my prediction on Friday. But I like the idea of a 10-plus Eagles point win because I like the idea of taking it out of the ref's hands like that. I like the idea of not leaving any doubt in the players, the minds of the fans, everybody, the media. Don't leave any doubt that this Eagles team is legit. And you do that by you control your destiny. You don't let the Chiefs, anywhere close to winning this game. Sorry, second pro. Okay, cool. That's the prelim script. They will put a little more to it by kickoff. Yeah, maybe the script changed. Prayers out to everybody in the Northeast. That scary plane crash in Philly. The Eagles now have to win it for them as well. All the people in Philly affected by that plane crash. So maybe they called an edit and an audible on that script. The Chiefs dynasty ends on Sunday. I don't think the Chiefs dynasty ends on Sunday, Rick, because this Chiefs dynasty is going to continue on. Losing in a Super Bowl doesn't end a dynasty. They're going to lose on Sunday, the Chiefs. Yes. But that doesn't end the dynasty. What that does is just, gives them a reason to want to fight even harder to get their championship back next year. The Chiefs dynasty ain't over till Patrick Mahomes is over. Okay? And Patrick Mahomes ain't going, he's 29 years old. He ain't going nowhere. So just remember, the dynasty doesn't end just because they lose. As long as they give the Eagles, but that's all that matters too. Yes, exactly. The Eagles win by at least 10 points. The Chiefs are not ready for what's about to hit them. I don't know if they are. I don't know if the league is ready for what the Eagles can do on Sunday. Now, obviously, there's a long week ahead of us. Practice, getting players healthy. A lot of things that'll go into it. But this Eagles defense, no matter what's going on with the offense, is just so special. I'm sitting here, I was doing notes for some other stuff and looking at some of the odds out there. And just all the different things and all the different players on this team that don't get the credit they deserve. And it's just crazy, special. The Chiefs are a great team. You can't take anything away from them. One of the best teams of the last, maybe of all time. One of the best dynasties of all time. But this Eagles defense is extra, extra elite and extra special. And it's just something. It's something special. Anyone in here have my pillow? What? Chiefs won't win another Super Bowl after this for a very long time. I don't know. It's hard to say that, Rick. I mean, they got Mahomes and Reed. Two greats all time. Can't say that they won't win another one. I know you'll say that, teams like the Bengals and the Ravens and the Bills all have a chance to win one. But until they actually do beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, the Chiefs will continue to be the favorite in the AFC. I think the Chiefs, after losing on Sunday, will have some changes. Travis Kelce might retire, in my opinion. But I think this team, the fundamentals of the Chiefs will remain the same and will be the perennial favorite for several more years. I mean, just think about it. Patrick Mahomes still has not, all things considered, another 10 years. So, I don't know if it'll be that long like that. Chiefs dynasty will be paused on Sunday. Pats have 2 losses in Super Bowls. Didn't end that dynasty. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. We'll win by more than 10 points, and the league will ban the tush push. Yeah. There'll be 4 tush push touchdowns on Sunday, and then they'll finally ban it. Yeah. If they did that, that would be something. That surely would be something, Duck, if that happened. Even playing a little slow this year, they easily killed their competition. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I hope the Eagles win bigly. Is bigly a word? Is that an official word? Is that in the dictionary, bigly? Can't clear my sinuses this morning. Where is everybody? It's a quiet morning. Quiet morning after a quiet weekend of sports. I guess people are saving that energy for Super Bowl Sunday. Maybe that's what they're doing. I know I want to save some energy for the weekend as well. But here we are. Who cares who's here? Just the ones that are here? They're the OGs. That's it. Big Al wearing a different jersey every day. Okay. So what are we starting the week off with today, Big Al? What jersey kicks the week off? That's the question. You got it. Every day you're going to have to let me know. Are you going to become Dave Berg? I'm sure you don't have Dave Bergner's jersey collection. That dude's got 200 some jerseys, or Begner, or however you say his name. But what jersey do you kick the week off with? And do you have it pre-planned out like a schedule, the rotation? There's a Pro Bowl still, dude. First off, so disrespectful that the NFL eliminated all Eagles from playing in the Super Bowl or in the Pro Bowl. How dare they not let the Eagles be in the Pro Bowl? So disrespectful. But didn't even put a second of it on. Not at all. The Pro Bowl is the worst. And all sports all-star festivities are pretty weak nowadays. But the Pro Bowl, hands down, just needs to go away. It's the worst of the worst of the worst, without a doubt. Anyone watched it? No, nobody watched the Pro Bowl. Absolutely, nobody watched it. And I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't waste my time. Would not waste my time with it. It's as real a word as, which didn't come to dictionary use. What? Bigly is actually a real word. And biggin, I don't even know what embiggen means. No, I am going random, letting the football gods help me choose. Random football jerseys of the week. There we go. I can't wear jerseys to work though. I can't be putting football jerseys on and making pizza. Or I would get in on that with you, Big Al, but I'm not going to ruin my jerseys at the pizza shop. They don't even or ever allow any Super Bowl. I know they don't allow Super Bowl players in the Pro Bowl. Duck, you guys always make fun of me for jokes going over the head. How did that not go over your head? I was kidding. Obviously, the Eagles can't play in the Pro Bowl. Come on. Pro Bowl should be a game of the best NFL players versus the best football players from the CFL and US. So you just want to slaughter. Is that what you want? You just want to watch a men slaughter other men, basically? Because that's what would happen. There's no need for the Pro Bowl. There's just not. I know it helps their contracts and bonuses, at least when it was in Hawaii every year. The families would get a little Hawaiian vacation out of it. But the most part, the Pro Bowl is useless at this point. Just completely and totally useless and a waste. They used to Though back when the Pro Bowl was always after the season is over. Yeah, some of them would choose to skip it, but yeah, it's called humor. Yeah, he missed that one. What's up, Bruce Bryce Harper? Good morning to you. Hope you are well. I hope you had a great weekend as well. I hadn't had coffee yet this morning. The meetings are boring, so I have bandwidth to comment even with the meetings. There we go. There we go. UFL getting ready. Yeah, right. Pro Bowl for the players, boring as shit now. Yeah, look, I get that the Pro Bowl, it's something that helps their contracts and bonuses, but there's no way to make the Pro Bowl. Like, there's ways to make the MLB All-Star Game maybe, or the NBA All-Star Game maybe competitive to an extent, but there's no way that football players are going to make that competitive anymore. They just don't care. Oh. So it's just one of those things. It just should die. It should just die at slow death. I find most UFL games more entertaining than half of NFL games. Okay, good for you. Good for you. Not for me, but that's okay. UFL exploding. They are expanding next year. Good for them. Good for them. The NFL is expanding. There was big Eagles news this weekend. The NFL is expanding with their first game in Australia ever in 2026. And shockingly, the Eagles were chosen again to go ring in a new country with an NFL football game. The Eagles in 2026 will travel to Australia with the Rams to play. And it's just going to be like this year with Brazil. I haven't said that in a while. Brazil. The Eagles are going to be in Australia, mate. Whatever. I don't know an Australian accent really yet. I'll have to work on that. But what do we think of the Eagles losing another home game to go to Australia? Kind of annoying, but also kind of great that the NFL constantly chooses us to represent them. They know the Eagles fans will travel even all the way to Australia for that. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I think the dunk contest should be the best content creator dunkers versus NBA guys. The winner gets like $1 million. No, see, I've said that the dunk contest should be a charity thing. You put $10 million on the line for the charity of the winner. And how could LeBron James say no to $10 million for charity and stuff like that? That's what you got to make it juicy enough that the stars show up to it. The 4 guys in the dunk contest this year, I know Mac McClung's one of them because of his time with the Sixers organization. I have no clue who the other 3 guys are. Not in the least bit. And I won't watch it. Not at all. I have a guy who will be at Super Bowl covering the Eagles. Yeah, sure. Let me know who. Absolutely. NFL is not expanded forever. They need more teams. No, they do not. I think there's plenty of teams. You cannot make Pro Bowl competitive because no one wants to get injured. Yeah, they should put it on Nickelodeon or sell a kids channel because it's kids games. Yeah, exactly. At this point, nobody's going to risk an injury in the Pro Bowl. Not anymore. Not at all. Home run derby. Yeah, you know what? I'm not a huge fan of the clock timer thingy that they do now in the home run derby. But it's still the most entertaining of them all, for sure. Austin, San Antonio, all these great Texas cities with no team. Yeah, I don't want more teams. I don't want the sport watered down more. They should eliminate the Pro Bowl and do something different, like a nationwide fundraiser for people in need, and all the stars could participate. Yeah, I mean, there's ways you could spice it up, but I don't know if they'd ever be able to make it must-see TV again. But there's definitely got to be things that they could do. My Lotto will make it feel like a home game. Yeah, I mean, the game in Australia is obviously huge with Jordan Mailata on the Eagles, for sure. No doubt about it. And he's probably the biggest Australian star in the NFL right now. So that probably went into some of the discussions on choosing the Eagles as well. I see both sides of it. Nickelodeon slime. Yeah. Now, anybody remember you can't do that on television on Nickelodeon back in the early 90s where the slime really got, really famous? You couldn't say, I don't know, because then you would get slimed. Or if you said the word wooder, you'd get dumped with a bucket of wooder. Great show. The Eagles win by double digits on Sunday. Rick, Again, that is the answer to competing against the refs. That's the answer to shutting up the critics. You just put boot to ass and you take care of business. Deebs, guess what? We're not going to the Super Bowl. We're in the Super Bowl. We are at the Super Bowl. Damn. Phil, then each team could donate $10 million or more to charity. Yeah, sure. There's a lot of things they could do. A lot of things you could do. Remember when McCarthy allowed Zeke to play defense? Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of sums it up right there, right? Techs don't need more teams. They should have New York teams, move New York teams back to New York to allow New Jersey to have a team. Gotcha. Phil, I wish I could go to Australia to see the game and I can't even afford to. Yeah. I don't even want to know what a plane ticket to Australia costs on the regular. I'm not sitting on a plane for 200 hours straight. What I hear somebody said from Philly to Australia nonstop, it's like 20 hours. Yeah, that ain't happening. Ain't no way I'm getting on that plane. No way. Actually, a Canadian show. Yeah, absolutely. I know that. Absolutely knew that. I think Alanis Morissette, there was a 90s alternative singer that got her start on that show, too. I want to say it was Alanis Morissette, but I'm not positive on that. Yeah, I know it was a Canadian show. It was a fantastic show, though. Fantastic show. I was really big. The firing squad guy that would always fail at executing the person and get executed himself. The bus driver. The diner cook. The family with the mom with the yellow gloves on. For some reason, I strongly remember you can't do that on television very well. I will fly all over the flat earth. Yeah, is that good for you? Alanis was. She was. I thought Alanis Morissette was the one. I haven't thought of this show. I don't even know it made me that pop into my head. So you never know what you're going to talk about on Trending in the AM. You might talk Super Bowl. You might talk you can't do that on television. Now I'm going to go today at work and I'm going to watch highlight YouTube. I'm sure they're all over YouTube. I'm going to watch them, you can't do that on television. Double Dare, Double Dare was a great show. What kid didn't want to be on Double Dare growing up? Alanis, I heard about her. Yeah, okay. You're a child. You're a young child. So look, we've talked about before this Super Bowl week about Darius Slay and Brandon Graham. But this is probably Darius Slay's last game. He's admitted that this might be his last game in Philadelphia. Now, I don't know why Howie Roseman wouldn't try to find a way to extend him and keep him because he's still playing at a pretty high level. But it could be Darius Slay's last game in Midnight Green. Brandon Graham, before the year, said this was it. And he's trending towards playing in the Super Bowl, which is a miracle, right? So if he goes out there and wins the Super Bowl, Brandon Graham might just walk off the field and that's it, right? There's another Eagle that this could be his last game in Midnight Green, an important Eagle, an important part of this team for years now, for 7-8 years now, and that's Dallas Goedert. This could be Dallas Goedert's last game. We've talked about it all year that the Eagles need to upgrade tight end. You can't help the club from the tub. Dallas Goedert is always hurt. Misses the last 4 or 5 years, he's missed almost 20 games. He also gives you a $7 million cap saving if you cut him post June 1st. That's a lot of money. They're right now about 30, 32 million. Pushes them close to $40 million in cap room if you cut Dallas Goedert after June 1st. So that's a third Eagle that could walk off the field as a champion their last game in Midnight Green. Do you guys think that this would be Dallas Goedert's last game? I'm not sure. There's a chance. You a Globe Earth guy? Yes, I'm a Globe Earth guy, yeah. Isn't it ironic that we are talking about a pre-tariff Canadian product? Slay washed. No, he's not. What are you talking about there? Did you see that Saquon proposed to his girlfriend? Yeah, I think it was actually, might have been even a little bit longer than that, but I did see the news. He's going to rush for more than 150 yards versus KC, and we'll get at least, I already bet him to get 2 touchdowns. I hope he gets 2 touchdowns. Already placed that bet already. Alanis used to bang Uncle Joey, Dave Coulier. That's who the very angry song she became famous for. I did not know that. I'm not going to fact check that. I'm going to trust you on that. I did not know that. Cut it out. Isn't that what David Coulier used to do all the time? Well, my cheaper construction lumber, I got home repairs to do. When you're done yours, come do mine, okay? I'm sure they could trade Goddard. It's not about trading or cutting or extending him. It's about the cap savings. The only reason you really move on from him is for the cap savings. So it has to be a cut post June 1st. I don't know if you get that same cap savings by trading him pre or post it. Guys, you're watching Train the AM. We're up to a little over 20 concurrent viewers right now. That means there should be over 20 likes on this video. Please click subscribe. We started at 410. We are 90 subscribers away from the race to 500 completing. So let's get to 500 subscribers this week. So you got to hit that like button. You got to hit that share button. You got to hit that subscribe button. Please do that, guys. Greatly appreciate it. 3 really good tight ends available in this year's upcoming draft. Yeah, I can see the Eagles doing that. The Eagles have always, for a long time, they've always had a tight end transition. It started with Brent Selleck with Zach Ertz. And when Zach Ertz took over, Selleck kind of went away. They brought in Dallas Goedert. Then Zach Ertz went away. Dallas Goedert stepped up. Then he brought in Grant Calcaterra. Now, you can't eliminate Goddard and elevate Calcaterra to one, but you could bring in one of these other tight ends and save some cap money. Look, I love Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert's a great guy. Great player when healthy. Problem is, you can't ever count on him to stay healthy. And $7 million in cap space when you got Milton Williams out there. When you've got, Zach Bond that needs to be paid. There's an argument to be made that Saquon Barkley needs a contract renegotiation after this year. You got Darius Slay. A lot of things that this offseason is going to be involved with. Saving $7 million by moving on from Goddard and drafting a tight end might be the smart move. I hope he does too, and you win enough to go to. Yeah, well, I won't be betting enough to win enough to go to Australia. Again, I wouldn't want to fly all the way to Australia anyway. The tight ends in this draft class are crazy good too. It's a great year to add a tight end. We've been talking about adding a tight end, I feel like, for like 2 years now, Deebs. And they haven't done it really. They keep recycling in the Jack Stoles of the world. It's time to get a legit, young, stud tight end that can block, that can catch, that can stay healthy. So basically his wife already gave him 2 great kids at home. Barkley is going to, yeah, exactly. What a great draft pick in Nolan Smith. No one has brought this type of scramble neutralizing edge speed to Kansas City. Was Brandon Graham's injury the key to? That's an interesting one, Nooms. That's very interesting. Was Brandon Graham going down the key to unlocking Nolan Smith? And it might be the case. I've been looking at some odds. I got some odds on defense here. Nolan Smith to get 2 sacks in the Super Bowl is plus 588. And I love it. Because we win this game with our on the backs of our defense, keeping the Chiefs off the board as much as possible. Nolan Smith, 2 sacks. It's huge. Brandon Graham, if he does get activated for the game, I don't expect much from Brandon Graham. I expect him out there for the coin toss. I expect him on the sideline, maybe 2 or 3 plays. But you're not taking Nolan Smith or Jalix Hunt off the field for Brandon Graham, who literally just came back from a massive injury. So I do love this, though. I love that comment, though. Marlon Manson is Paul from Wonder Years. What? Huh? Marlon Manson? Or you mean Marilyn Manson? And I don't remember who Paul was from Wonder Years. If we win and trade Goddard, it would be the second tight end to be traded after winning the Super Bowl. Again, I don't know if it changes the cap savings by trading him. So someone have to check that out. But I'm sure if there was a trade market, it would save you money. They would entertain it. I'm sure there'd be a market for Dallas Goedert as well. Calcaterra has great hands, but can't pick up a block where the. No, I absolutely agree. And that was the problem while Dallas Goedert was out, was Grant Calcaterra's blocking. And I actually think with Dallas Goedert in there, one of the games this playoff run, didn't he miss a really bad tackle or bad block that led to a backfield tackle in this playoff run here? I'm remembering Grant Calcaterra in the backfield and just getting blown up and missing a block. So I don't even remember about that. Dude, look, Brandon Graham getting a strip sack. I mean, talk about storybook ending to your career, Rick. Could you imagine getting a strip sack, fumble recovery to win a second Super Bowl already? I mean, just think about that. Just think about that. I mean, you're not talking Hallmark story here. You're talking made for the theaters movie kind of storybook ending there. It's like what Pulitzer Prize authors think about stories like that. That's the way it is. Marilyn Manson's name is Brian Warner. He is from Florida. Yeah, I don't know what he says sometimes. I don't get it, Anthony. Good morning to you, Anthony. Hope you are well. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It was an interesting weekend, that is for sure. Sixers, whatever. I still, I mean, we can talk about it. We're gonna stay on the Eagles most of the day. I still just every time I say anything Eagles related, I can't really stop thinking about that Luka Doncic trade and how shocking it was when I woke up and saw that news. And let me just tell you something. I saw the news. I double checked it. I triple checked it. Made sure it was legit news. And my first answer to the trade was mark it right here. Well, I said this on Twitter, this on Sunday morning. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and the third member of their team starting next season will be Joel Embiid. I don't know how. I don't know why. Joel Embiid will be a Los Angeles Laker next season. Just mark it down right now. I'm telling you, it's happening. I am not doubting it one bit. Just mark it down. All great teams know how to flip the roster and keep it fresh without disturbing chemistry. Penguins excel at this. Always tough. Yeah, look, that's kind of what did in the 08 Phillies run, right? From 07 to 11. They couldn't move on from certain players when it was necessary, right, Nooms? So it's key to know when it's time to pull the trigger and when not. Someone has said letting go of Javon Hargrave a couple years ago would have been a problem. But they knew when it was time to move on, right? You got to know when it's time to hold them and when to fold them. Plain and simple. Always love seeing you in the chat, my man. Brian, I found something. I was cleaning up some stuff yesterday, and I found this, and I don't know if you can see it on your screen, okay? All right? If you know what this is, your memory's as good as mine. Found that in the bottom of a drawer. Only me and Brian will know what that is. But Marilyn Manson have a rib removed so he could. I don't know. I don't. Maybe. That does sound vaguely familiar. And what do we get for him? I don't care what we get for Joel Embiid. Draft picks, players, I don't know. It would have to be a 3-team trade. But my instant reaction was they're going to make a three superstar team of LeBron, his final year with Luka and Joel, and then Luka and Joel. I don't know. That's just what my instant reaction was to that trade. Howie is great at staying ahead of the curve on players, but also philosophies too, right, Rick? Like he saw the trend that you could spend big on a running back and win before anybody else did. Plain and simple. You know, so that's a big deal there as well. If you see a picture of Luka right now, you would completely understand the Doncic trade. No one wants to be the next Sixers. Right, yeah, I get it. He's fat. Luka Doncic tacked on some weight. He's got an issue with his eating habits, we'll say. Sure. That's fine. But he's still a 25-year-old all-pro player that was on the cusp of signing a $350 million max extension. I think Dallas didn't want to commit financially to him. He's an all-pro, one of the 5 best players in the league, one of the 5 best under 25 or younger players in the league, a perennial MVP, hasn't even fully entered his prime yet, and you're telling me you couldn't figure out his diet? Come on. And all you got is 1 first-round pick for him, and Anthony Davis is a great player, but in my opinion, still, Anthony Davis, I mean, no one talks about his injury history, but he's injury-prone as well. Better off losing games for the season. Yeah, exactly. Look, they blew a huge lead last night to the Celtics. I turned the game on for a change, and I fell asleep and couldn't believe they blew that lead, but I could actually believe it. While Paul George is still sitting out with his, sprained pinky ring finger on his non-shooting hand. I have an eating problem, yes. I do, and I ate a lot this past week. Eating and drinking is my way of dealing with my problems. And I had a lot of problems last week. So I ate and drank a lot last week, guys. A lot. And my stomach is feeling it this week. Joel hasn't figured out his diet 10 years into the league. Yeah. Well, he lost all this weight this year. And now he lost all the weight and he can't step on the court. Now you know why Laurie is buying the Celtics over the Sixers. This just means he doesn't want to step into it. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Jalen Hurts brain? I'm riding with David. He won me a ton of money without even suggesting bets this year. Birds by 10. Look, I don't doubt the birds by 10 comment. And I have a feeling that it's going to be an Eagles 8-12. 10's a perfect number because I keep bouncing some numbers in my head and I keep falling with an 8-12 kind of point victory for the Eagles. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. The clearest path to winning this game is to take it out of the refs' hands, take it out of the Chiefs' hands, let the defense dominate, and put up a big number, especially early. Putting up a couple touchdowns before they score one. Trade touchdowns for field goals. 7-3, 14-6, 21-9. That's how you win this game. So that when the refs make a bad call, it doesn't kill you. And you know they're going to make a bad call. If we all lost jobs or pay for eating problems, I'd be living in the street licking old McDonald's wrappers. You would. You would. You might be hanging out in the back of a Chuck E. Cheese, hoping for them to toss the trash bags, looking for some crust in the Chuck E. Cheese. The other reason Luka was traded, Kai me. Oh, I was like, Kai me? Oh, Kyle. Yeah. Kyrie Irving. Look, there's a lot of people trying to sell that the Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis combo is going to be unstoppable. Look, I don't know about that. Kyrie Irving's a great player. The dude's nuts up here. He really is. There was also rumors that they tried to bring LeBron to Dallas. That just didn't work out. So I guess what I hear about it is the Luka LeBron thing was always going to happen. I just can't believe that the rumors are true. Could you imagine if Howie pulled a move like this? I'm trying to figure out what it would be like in Eagles terms if the Eagles made a trade like this. Jalen Hurts for, I don't know, Baker Mayfield. Jalen Hurts for, trying to think, Dak Prescott. I think that would be a better comparison. Howie Roseman goes and calls Jerry Jones and be like, yeah, I'll trade you Jalen Hurts for Dak Prescott. Straight up right now. That's kind of what it is. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Knowing not what. Joel going to the Lakers? That's just a random thought when I heard when you said dominate Mahomes and Reed in the Super Bowl. They could do it. This Eagles defense is legit. This is the greatest Eagles defense we have ever seen in the Super Bowl era in Philadelphia. Hands down. The best defense. I ain't worried about it. I'm not talking Kyrie. I'm not talking Kyrie at all. Definitely not. Obviously, show called Trending in the AM. I got to bring up the huge trade. And also there's the Zach LaVine for DeAndre Fox trade that dropped last night. Kings, Bulls, and Spurs involved in that 3-team trade. I never got it with Fox. I never saw the hype in Fox. Zach LaVine, I saw some potential there. Obviously, the knee issues. But Fox has always been this high-ranking, highly regarded guard. He's 28 years old now. And I know Sacramento's not a great organization either, but it's kind of crazy. I just don't see it. I just never saw the hype that he can lead a team anywhere. And I guess going to the Spurs, it won't be his team. It's still Wemby's team, but yeah. And I doubled down on it. Yes, the Eagles can beat the Chiefs by shutting down Mahomes. This Eagles defense is legit. Just think about it. Just remember, Washington was an unflappable, unstoppable offense with the golden child, Jaden Daniels, and the Eagles defense handled them. Okay? They've handled every opponent throughout this season pretty handily, except for one game against Washington in Week 16. I'm not worried about the Chiefs putting up a 30 spot. The Chiefs aren't putting up. The only way the Eagles lose this game is if they lose a close-scoring, low-scoring game. The way the Chiefs beat the Eagles, if it's like 24-21 or something like that, 20, 24 points, that's the max the Chiefs are going to score on this defense. And I stand behind that. Tight end be Eagles' biggest area of need. Do you need a Slay replacement or are you good? Well, I still want to find a way to keep Darius Slay because Darius Slay has played at an elite level for his age. You got Isaiah Rodgers. You've got Keely Ringo. You got Eli Ricks. You've got options. It would be something you'd probably draft or sign some depth pieces at cornerback. But I find a way to keep Slay. I do. I don't know how you renegotiate the contract to bring the cap hit down, but that's what I would do. With Levine getting shipped out, Billy Donovan bought a Vice. I think Charlie M in Casino. Okay. All right. Gotcha. He nor the Golden Child. Yeah. I have a bad feeling about this. Can you contain Mahomes in the pocket? I'm not worried about Mahomes. I'm not. I think I'm starting the week off with Reggie White to start, with a Jay Ajayi to help with RB1 energy, with a former running back who won a Super Bowl. There you go. All right. Rodgers a free agent. Oh, Isaiah Rodgers a free agent too. Yeah, see, everybody asks me these future questions, off-season questions. Hurts brain. But I don't care about the off-season, really. I don't. I care about one thing right now, this week, in the Super Bowl. I'll worry about the offseason starting on Monday. Well, no, Monday we'll just be celebrating the hoisting of the Lombardi Trophy. So Tuesday or Wednesday next week, we'll start worrying about the offseason. But until then, I don't even know who free agents. I mean, I know some of the big names that are, like Milton Williams, but I'm not worried about it. I'm focused on the now. The only reason why I brought up the offseason was because this could be the last game in Midnight Green for Darius Slay, Brandon Graham, and Dallas Goedert. And not because whether I want to talk about whether they stay or not, I want to talk about how this could be a great way to end their Eagles' career, great way to end their Eagles' legacies, walking off the field as champions. That's the only thing that I'm mentioning about the offseason right now. But guys, you're watching Trending in the AM right here on the STT Sports Network. Please, a couple people watching on YouTube or Twitter. I also greatly appreciate if you guys find the YouTube link in my bio. There's a link to it. And watch, like, and subscribe on there. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the week, and I'd greatly appreciate if everyone did that. Everybody watching this video should have already hit the like button and the subscribe button. So please hook a brother up and get that done. I'd go all out at edge draft if there's still a guy. Always could use more edge. Agreed. Chiefs own Eagles every game, including Super Bowl. Well, we beat the Chiefs last year, just so you know. And 18 more. I don't get that. Phil, you know the difference between Clearwater and Clearwater Beach? There's a huge distinction. There's a giant bridge that you have to cross over to get to Clearwater Beach. Sweat, Brandon Graham, Becton, Bond, Slay, Rodgers, etc. All free agents. Yeah, there's loads of free agents. Now, I think Becton and Bond are my priorities. Milton Williams, too, to an extent. There's a lot. 18 free agents is what you're saying. Gotcha. Word out Dallas says Luka has trouble managing his weight. Yes. He should have came to Philly so he and Embiid could do weight loss reality show. Yeah. Look, if you've got a weight issue and you're making that kind of money, either A, you've got something wrong with you, like physically wrong with you. I don't know, something metabolism-wise. Or B, you're forcing your way out of town. Didn't James Harden do this a few years ago? He got fat suit Harden. So Luka either didn't want to stay in Dallas or there's something physically wrong with him that he can't keep the weight off. Either way, it's crazy. What to me is crazy, Mista, is that the word coming out of Dallas, and I believe Dallas confirmed this, is that they only talked to one team. They only called the Lakers and didn't use any other teams as leverage to get more. That to me is what's crazy. Crazy. That's right. I know. I know everything. Over under 48.5. So Vegas expects a 27-21 Chiefs win. I think. Hold on. Oops, I'm on the wrong tab here. Give me a second to get back to the NFL here page on ESPN for me here. Give me a second. Give me a second. There's the Super Bowl. Gamecast. It's at 48.5, but it was 49.5. Okay. So the over-under has come down a touch. Just so you know. The line has stayed -1.5 since the game was set. -1.5. But that over-under number is coming down. A, because they know the Eagles' defense is legit. I'm just trying to say 27-21. I can see a 27-21 Eagles win. So I'm just trying to think of some of the scores that in my mind I'm predicting. I still see the over hitting. Because I see the Eagles scoring between 27 and 31 points, somewhere in that range. They score 31. Chiefs score 20. Yeah. So it's coming down. But we'll see. When you George Costanza it, you usually get paid from old team and new team. Double pay. Right. Phil, Kendrick Lamar be overrated? I guess. Yes, no, I don't know. Vegas, lines move because of how people bet. Yes, they do. But they also make the lines to force you to bet a certain way so that they can ensure that they win. Just saying. I don't doubt that there's refs cheating. I don't doubt that the leagues are in bed to come up with lines in some way. I'm sure there's people in the NFL office laying bets on this kind of stuff. Speaking of bets, I already mentioned Nolan Smith, 2 sacks plus 588. Love that prop bet. I've got a couple prop bets here. So I was looking up the top 5 Eagles odds to get an interception on Sunday. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is the favorite to get an interception at plus 475. Slay's plus 600. Quinion Mitchell plus 750. Cooper DeJean plus 800. Zach Bond plus 950. I absolutely love Darius Slay 6-1 to get an interception on Sunday. Final game is an Eagle, maybe. Slay's played way better than people realize. I could totally see Darius Slay picking off Patrick Mahomes at some point. And 6-1 for that is a huge number. I know Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's our big guy that has the most interceptions, 6 on the year. But Darius Slay, 6-1. I love it. I do. I mentioned Nolan Smith 2 sacks at 588, but Alex Hunt getting a sack at almost just over 4-1, plus 403. Not a bad number. Jalen Carter get a sack 131, but 2 sacks for Jalen Carter 670. Not a bad number either. Josh Sweat 149. The other number, Zach Bond minus 114. The over on tackles, 10.5 tackles. Really love it. And Oren Burks over 8.5 is minus 135. Even more likely to hit. I don't think we've given enough credit to Oren Burks the last 2 weeks filling in for Nakobe Dean. You lose the heartbeat of your defense in Nakobe Dean. Oren Burks steps right. Everyone's like, oh, no, we got to play Trot Jr. Got to play Trot Jr., right? No. I said you go with the experience of Oren Burks. In the last 2 games, he's had 20 tackles, 11 defensive stops, 2 forced fumbles, and a sack. Oren Burks has played great. This is what's so special about the Eagles. Howie Roseman. I don't know if people realize this. Oren Burks is getting paid more money than Zach Bond this year. Now, in the offseason, Zach Bond's going to cash in. Oren Burks may as well be a free agent. But going out and getting someone like Oren Burks for the depth of this team is why this team is in a position to succeed. Having somebody with Super Bowl experience, somebody with experience, period, at multiple positions, special teams, linebacker, everything. to step in, to having the coordinators have these guys prepared at a moment's notice. We talk about Zach Bonds getting paid, and rightfully so. Oren Burks goes out and has a Super Bowl, has himself a game. Oren Burks is going to get a 2-year deal somewhere. What did TJ Edwards get a few years ago? 2 years, $12 million. Someone's going to give Oren Burks that chance. Jalen Carter going to sack Kermit to end the game. I mean, plus 131, just a little over even, doubling your money. Not a bad odd. This game, I'm saying it, is going to be won by the defense, shutting down Mahomes. And that's that. And guys, there's still over 20 people in the YouTube room right now. Please, if you haven't already, there should be 20 likes. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We started the show at 410. Maybe we gained another one or two. I don't know. But please, the March to 500 subscribers is on. Want it completed. 90 subscribers this week. Can I get it done? That's what I want to see. I'm resetting everything. We've gained 1 subscriber, so we're to 411 now. And not enough. We've only got 15 likes on this video and only 411 subscribers. Guys, like, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I don't know. He misses Mondays from time to time. Nolan Smith still hasn't performed as a first. What? Are you freaking kidding? So obviously you don't pay attention. See, that's just, you pay so little attention that you make a dumb comment like that, and then you try to switch the conversation to the Gladiator movie because you want to distract from the fact that you don't know what you're talking about. Just because you're a disgruntled Buffalo Bills fan that never has a team that wins, you're going to try to distract. You're going to say something like this, but then throw something over here that's going to distract me. And it's not going to work because who cares about Gladiator? You want to talk movies? We can talk about my Friday movie choices. Okay? Friday movie choices. I had to choose between Galaxy Quest, Never Give Up, Never Surrender, and the A-Team movie. I went back and forth with both of them. I look at PFF and stats, and PFF we've discussed is a joke. PFF is not accurate, and there's more to life than stats when it comes to defensive players. Mahomes' favorite play call is split right 787, check swing, check V, referee assist on 2. Yeah, I like how you threw in referee assist on 2. You're like, I can call a play. All right, guys, huddle up. Split right 787, check swing, check V, referee assist on 2. Break. I could have been a quarterback. I can handle the play calling. I can handle it. I don't know what any of that means, but I can handle it. Yeah, that's that. But Mahomes' favorite play, you could take away the referee aspect. Like I said, referee assist by very simple. Take it out of their hands. That's kind of the narrative of this show today. Not letting it get in the hands of the referees. Pretty simple. Nolan Smith and Davis have ways to go to justify a first. Stop making a fool of yourself out there. So not true. So not true. Another little tidbit of information about the Eagles. I can't even believe this is true. But I did fact check it, and it is true that this weekend, when the Eagles hoist the Super Bowl trophy, and they will hoist the Super Bowl trophy, this will be the Eagles will have only the 4th player ever to do the following thing: win a Heisman Trophy, win a national championship in college, and win a Super Bowl. Okay? Only 3 players have ever done that. And Devontae Smith could become the 4th player to do that. A Heisman Trophy, a national championship, and a Super Bowl. I can't believe that that's only happened 3 times, but Devontae Smith could be the 4th. Mahomes' battle cry is remember the script, stop. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you got a Bills fan crying, he's just jealous. Jealous that Josh Allen will never lead the Bills to a Super Bowl. Josh Allen's a great quarterback. But Josh Allen ain't leading the Bills anywhere. I'd be shocked if Josh Allen doesn't leave Buffalo at some point in his career because of how bad he's been there and how the organization isn't committed to winning. It's just jealousy, Zach. That's what it is. Everybody wants to be the Eagles. They just can't be. I admit Bill stinks. See, there you go. I actually didn't research relaunch. I should have Googled who the other three were. I don't know who the other three are, but that was from, I think I saw that on John Clark's page from NBC. Not even positive who I saw it from, but I did double check. Multiple sites had it. I didn't write down who the other three were. Thanks for calling me out on that. That's lazy research on my part, not getting the other three names. But only three other players have done it. Now I'm trying to think. Desmond Howard, MVP, or Heisman, won a Super Bowl. Did he win a national championship? Could Desmond Howard be one of them? I'm thinking, who was the cornerback? Which Woodson cornerback won a Heisman back in the day? Because he might have been one of them. I'm going to throw this out there that a Woodson and a Howard might be two of the other names. I'm not positive on that, though. Yeah, I can't even win MVP. Nolan Smith is still improving. Jordan Davis should be zero technique, but Fangio figured out how to use him. Yeah, look, Jordan Davis isn't prototypical for Fangio, and he's not using him a lot, but when he's using him, he's being utilized in a way that he finds success. They're going to have to work this offseason on finding a way to utilize him better, for sure. They're going to have to. Because if you lose Milton Williams, you're going to need even more from Jordan Davis. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Yeah, where's Josh? Yeah, whatever. We can get off the Josh Allen. We don't have to talk, Zach, about Josh Allen. Josh Allen probably feels like many NBA superstars in 90s when going up against Jordan. Should have won, but didn't. Should have. Couldn't. That's it. Bills cornerback, Elam, first round, can't get. Who cares about the Bills? Guys, let's just ignore TMZ until he gets back to talking normalcy, because we don't need to have a conversation about the Bills when the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. Well, you had a wide receiver, and you got rid of him. Josh Allen equals Reggie Miller. Yeah. So just picking Smitty could be, he has a Heisman national champion. He just might win a Super Bowl this weekend. Yeah. So that would make him the fourth player to do it. I don't know. I should have double checked the other three, but Smitty could do it. I mean, Devontae Smith, I don't think gets the credit. Big picture. Us diehard Eagles fans give him credit, but I don't think he gets enough credit for how elite and special of a football player he is and has been. The way he attacks the ball at contact, at the point of contact, how he high points it, how great he is with his feet along the sideline, his route running ability, the fact that he was a Heisman Trophy winner, a national champion, doing it in the NFL, stays healthy for the most part. Does Devontae Smith even get half the credit he deserves? Is he overshadowed because of A.J. Brown? A.J. Brown's personality? Believe me, I'm rooting Kelly Green. Good. We're glad. What's up, Mr. Jose, Marcus Allen, Tony Dorsett, and Charles Woodson are three to do it. I guessed Woodson was one. I was thinking that the kick returner, Desmond Howard, but I'm guessing that he didn't win a national championship in college. And Marcus Allen, I should have known that. I wouldn't have known Tony. I wouldn't have gotten Tony Dorsett. I don't even remember what college Tony Dorsett played for. But I had a feeling one of the Woods. I couldn't remember if it was Charles Woodson or wasn't there multiple Woodsons that were cornerbacks. So, but thank you for that information, Jose. Muchas gracias. So, Devontae Smith could be the fourth in that group. I'll pick his contract ending next year. I think Josh Allen could. Yeah, exactly. Maybe. I don't know if he's good enough. I'm not sure. Smitty is wide receiver one on any other team in this league. Damn straight. He'd be wide receiver one with Buffalo, right, Duck? He'd be the best thing Buffalo ever had. But I don't think he cares being wide receiver two in Philadelphia. I don't even think he is. I don't even think he ever is, upset to take the back seat. He still got paid. He knows where he is. He knows what his standings are with the team. Jordan Davis can be a great three-tech defensive tackle. He ran a 4.7 40-yard dash at the combine. He just needs to improve on his conditioning. I think at this point, I don't think you'll really get much improvement on his conditioning. He's been in the league 3 years now. I think his conditioning is what it is. I just think they need to, and also the 40-yard dash at the combine is a overhyped stat in my opinion, but I think he is what he is. I think you can get him in different techniques in different situations. You just got to find a way to get him on the field for more than 15 snaps. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But yeah, look, I was just trying to spitfire the answers, but we got them. We're good. 411 subscribers. I know we're 89 away, Mitchy Poo. So please, there's 20 people watching right now. Like, subscribe, and share. Share. I told you guys, if we don't get to 500, I won't live stream on Sunday. If we get to 500, I'll try to live stream on Sunday for the game. What makes Smitty awesome is that he doesn't need to read Inner Excellence. He wrote the damn book. The man wins and people win around him. I mean, think about it. To do something that only 3 other players have ever done, it's pretty special, right? That means you're a winner. This team is full of winners on the Eagles. There's full of players that just win. Smitty got his bag and paid like a wide receiver one. His numbers are better than most wide receivers one. I mean, the Eagles have 2. I mean, A.J. Brown is, in my opinion, top 3 wide receiver in football. You can make an argument that Devontae Smith is a top 10 wide receiver skill set wise in football. His numbers don't say he's a top 10, but you can make an argument that Devontae Smith is a top 10 wide receiver in football. What about Canada? Oh, Canada. Yeah, Mitchy Poo. I know. Oh God, I just realized we are going to text on our poutines. Yeah. Decontamination. What are we decontaminating here? A 4.740 at 370 pounds. That is a free guy. Absolutely. I'm not doubting it. But I hate the fact that people put so much stock in a 40 because running in a straight. How many times does Devontae Smith have to run Jordan Davis have to run in a straight line, mister, on the football field? So yeah, he can run a 40-yard dash at 4.7, but there's no blockers in front of him. He's not trying to chase down a quarterback. But we've seen him catch Josh Allen from behind. We know he's an athletic freak. But how often does that stat really play into what he needs to do? Me and Marcus Allen and Foghorn Leghorn, we did it. What? Davis has ability, but the consistency and the over pursuit against the run when in more often is what kills him. Jordan could be a 3-tech on a mid-lean team. Yeah. Is it poutine? No, no. Devontae Smith and Jordan Davis are in absolute perfect situations for each of them. Yeah, I agree. I mean, well, Jordan Davis, he could be that. He doesn't have to put the pressure on him because he's not even the second or third best player on the line. Devontae Smith would shine anywhere. Jordan Davis might be labeled a bust elsewhere. Kind of is the way I would feel about that. Because would other cities accept him playing 15, 20 snaps a game? Davis has chased down 2 of the fastest quarterbacks in the NFL and didn't dirty hit them like others we've seen in the league. Well, that's Luvu. Yeah, exactly. Look, I bet you there's people that criticize Jordan Davis, even in Philadelphia, because he doesn't play enough downs to justify his pick. But you know what? I am perfectly content with Jordan Davis. Now, what will his second contract look like? I don't know. Will the Eagles give him that second contract? Probably, but I don't know. But can I make an argument that you keep Milton Williams over Jordan Davis? Sure. But Jordan Davis on this team plays his role perfectly and does his job. And I love it. Run straight line is way different than running while being chased. Ever run from the cops as a kid? No, I never ran from the cops as a kid. I guess I haven't lived enough, Rick, to run from the cops as a kid or as an adult. I'm glad I've never had to run from the cops as a kid or an adult as well. National media Chiefs fans, and unfortunately some Eagles fans, think our boys fear the Chiefs. Those fools have another. Yeah, look, there ain't no fear coming. No fear might be part of a title this week. Maybe. I like that word. No fear. Remember the no fear gear in the 90s? I had a lot of no fear gear. I wonder if I still have any of it buried in boxes anywhere. Got to get some no fear shirts done up for the Eagles. They don't fear the Chiefs. We have concerns about the refs and the integrity of the league, but we're not fearing the Chiefs. I've been pro Davis since we drafted him, but I understand he's not going to get the big bag here. Yeah. Next year's the last year of his rookie deal. Well, they can always pick up the fifth-year option. So we still have a little bit of time with him to make that decision. Smitty is from Louisiana. I wrote it down, actually. Where is he from? I wrote down his hometown. About an hour outside of New Orleans. Amite City. A-M-I-T-E City. Yeah. That's homecoming for Devontae Smith to an extent. I still run from the cops, yeah. That's what happens when you beat up Chuck E. Cheese. When you're on the band wall at Chuck E. Cheese, you gotta stay one step ahead of the cops. The city of Buffalo's gotten some real losing Bob McAdoo, the Sabres, the Bills. It's really worse than what? Okay. Alvin Kamara is running from the cops. Jesus. Eagles respect. And Rick, I've been saying this all playoffs long. It's very important to respect your opponents, but you don't have to fear them. You always, if you do not respect your opponent, you will lose. Plain and simple. You will lose if you do not respect the Kansas City Chiefs. There's a reason why they are a dynasty. There's a reason why Patrick Mahomes at 29 is already a top 5 QB all time. There's a reason. You need to respect your opponents without a doubt. Well, does scattering when the cops show up at the playground count as running? No. Running? They don't go to playgrounds that have cops showing up at them. The Chiefs are Hollywood Hogan. The Birds are Sting. Hogan fears Sting. Love that. Little WWE. Hollywood Hogan. That's right. They're the bad guy. But, see, hold on. I'm going to disagree a little bit, Freddie. Because now that I think about it, they were the bad guys, but they were cool bad guys, too. The Chiefs aren't cool in any way, are they? We're not all up there, doing this to the Chiefs, are we? No. Faith over fear. I don't think faith has anything to do with it. Just the pure, I've watched a lot of football, and I know the Eagles are a great team. I don't have faith that they're a great team. I know the Eagles are a great team. Okay? I don't think faith has anything to do with it. Hogan's a coward, Sting coming from the rafters. Jey Uso won the Rumble. Stupid. I know everybody loves Jey Uso and the yeet. Everybody loves that. I don't get it. I know everybody thinks, I know he sells a lot of merch and he's over. I just don't understand why Jey Uso is over. But yeet won the Rumble. Great. Cool, I guess. Buffalo is cold, yes. Is it better to be loved or feared? How about I know you're getting at a Bronx Tale, quote there. I forget how I responded. But that's a great Bronx Tale drop right there. The cops in my old neighborhood in Philly didn't chase anybody. They were too busy getting their orders. Okay. Gotcha. Sting and the Ultimate Warrior was quite the tag team long ago. That was a long time ago. Yeah. Hollywood Hogan. Was that when he was wearing the glitter and the pink boa? Hollywood Hogan is when he came out in the black and white. Hit the like and sub. Exactly. Please. Can we please get the likes? 500 subscribers. Sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Don't you want to watch the Super Bowl with me? Don't you want me to be live here watching the Super Bowl with you? Freaking out with you? Well, we got to get the 500 subscribers by Sunday for that to happen. That's the goal. Let's get it done, guys. And I would love to watch the game with you guys, but I'm not going to. Mean Gene Okerlund. Look, the Rumble was what it was. I'm not really a big wrestling guy anymore. I get it, but not my thing. But I did put on the Rumble when I got home from work at about 9:30. I said I would do a live stream of the Super Bowl if we got to 500 subscribers by kickoff or by Sunday. I didn't say by when, but by Sunday. I guess Sunday morning, so I have time to set it up. But I will go live for the Super Bowl, the entirety of the Super Bowl. if we hit that 500 subscriber mark. So like, share, subscribe, do all of it. Tell your friend, tell one, tell all. Put it on Reddit, put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram. The number one morning show in Philadelphia. The only show where your opinions actually matter. Because that's what this is. This show is for you guys, not for me. I don't do this for my fun. I do it for fun. I don't do it for shits and giggles. I do it for you guys. Chiefs better remember who was the real MVP in their last meeting. Jalen with the extra ammo to bring the trophy home. Yeah, I agree. Look, again, we're all very confident as Eagles fans. I'm sure Chiefs Nation is, or Chiefs Kingdom is just as confident. We've already beaten them once. We could do it again. Like, I'm sure they're all saying that. Okay? So that's why we got to respect. Not fear, but respect the Chiefs. They don't become the dynasty they are by accident. Run. Tell dad. What? The last time I watched wrestling was with any glee was when Jimmy the Mouth of the South Hart was still coming for wrestlers. Yeah, look, I go in and out of phases with it. But the Rumble itself is one of my favorite events. I just love watching it. The unpredictability of it. The botches. I mean, there were some botches in this year's Rumble. Penta, both feet touching the floor, but they let him stay in it because it was a mistake. Supposedly Drew McIntyre got eliminated the wrong way. He freaked out, whatever. But I still enjoy watching it. It's still fun. But I don't care about WrestleMania. Have you ever heard the Eminem song that go, "Don't you want to grow up to be just like me"? Which song is that? I'm a huge Eminem. I'm a big Eminem. I shouldn't say huge. I'm a big Eminem fan, but I don't know the lyrics that well. We beat the Chiefs too. Now we just got to do it in the Super Bowl. Yeah, we beat the Chiefs last year. Look, we'll get to predictions later in the week for sure. But I firmly, not just homerish wise, I firmly believe the Eagles will be the team I predict to win. Not because I'm an Eagles fan, but because I truly believe the Eagles are the better team. Not the most experienced team, but the better team. 100% the better team. The better defensive team, the more complete offense. Position by position, outside of Patrick Mahomes, the Eagles are better. Plain and simple. They don't got to Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown. Maybe they're better at tight end with Travis Kelce. They don't have a better offensive line. They don't have a better defensive line. Now, hopefully, and I expect Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens to play, but this Eagles team is better. Role model, okay. How much personnel is different on KC since last year's loss to the Eagles? I'm not sure. Some wide receiver changes. Kareem Hunt is their second running back with Pacheco. But most of the team is still pretty much the same. For sure. Just like most of the Eagles team outside of the secondary is the same. Kevin Owens takes a big risk during. Yeah. Jose, see, and I was watching that part at work. Hey, props to Kevin Owens for taking that Alabama slam off the ladder. Problem with WWE, it's too predictable. And in that scenario, you could have totally changed the landscape of wrestling by having Kevin Owens take that spot and then Sami Zayn jump into the ring and knocking Cody Rhodes off that ladder. Even if Cody still won in the end, you could have turned Zayn heel, paired him up with his boy, Kevin Owens. Just saying, you could have done it. You had Zayn out there, but instead we're going to have Kevin Owens probably fight Zayn at Mania because you didn't help me win and blah, blah, blah. You don't love me anymore. Whatever. They could have changed it, but they did. Stupid, in my opinion. Only way to stop the Eagles' offense is to injure Jalen Hurts. Well, let's hope that does not happen, right? Let's hope not. The Eagles are the best team. It's not even close. The Eagles are the best team, the most explosive team. And I agree. They are the better team. The Eagles will, and they are going to win. Ain't nothing that you can do about it. Hey, Zach. The only thing that could stop the Eagles is the Eagles. If they get sloppy, if they make mistakes. I mean, think about the Super Bowl 22 in 22. And why did we lose the Super Bowl to the Chiefs? Outside of the fact that the Chiefs are a great team too. Because yes, the Eagles are better. I think the Eagles are great. But why did we lose that Super Bowl? Because of an Isaac Seumalo false start. because then following that was the Jalen Hurts fumble. Following that was the James Bradbury holding call. We beat ourselves in that Super Bowl. And you give credit to the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs capitalized, right? Sure. Chiefs capitalized on our mistakes. But we made 3 fatal errors in that Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl outside of 1 error. It was a huge error. So the Eagles can beat themselves. The Chiefs can't beat the Eagles. And I firmly believe that. No adjustments. What adjustments do we want to make on what scenario? Guys, we're coming up to the final 5-10 minutes of the show. Like, subscribe, share, please. Jam-packed all week. Of course we are. Got lots going on this week. But let's not lose track of the point. This is all Eagles Chiefs this week. We're going to have the same conversation every day this week. The refs allowed the Chiefs offensive line to hold on every single play. Look, for sure, there's something to that on defense. Yeah, look, we beat ourselves. We lost the games ourselves. I firmly believe that. As long as the Eagles play a disciplined game, as long as the Eagles do what they've got to do, the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. Plain and simple. Thank you, Rick. It's going to be a great week. It's going to be Rick, I said this at the beginning of the show. This is why we do content creation, right? I'm sure you're thinking the same thing with your show. This is why we do it. So our teams get to the championship and we can be real fans. I'm not a player, just a little rhyme, sayer. What? Yeah, I'm not going to try to rap here. That's why we do it. For this. Eagles win big on Sunday. I love it. Keep saying. I hope you say that 100 more times this week. We've been held at every play, even obvious hold. Yeah, absolutely. And the Eagles are used to it. But that's why I said at the beginning of the show, it's key for them to keep their composure. Got to keep that composure. The rest know that a bunch of our players, especially on defense, lose their composure. You can't let that. You got to stay disciplined all game long. Yeah, I'm getting held. You know what? We'll still stop them. We'll still make the plays. A number of dynasties have experienced championship defeat before becoming Packers of the 60s, Oilers of the 80s. 2 immediate come to mind. This is where we experienced the losing. Now we're going to start our dynasty. I hope Barkley scores 5 touchdowns, 1 more than Al Bundy. No, there's a great quote from you right there. All right, guys, it's Monday. It's time for me to wrap this shebang up. We'll be back tomorrow. Maybe I'll work on some guests, see if I can find anybody to come on this week to give their insight. We're going to talk about Super Bowl week, and is it too much? Too much to do? Is there too many distractions Super Bowl week for the teams? I know it won't change, but we're going to get into that a little bit tomorrow. I don't know who I'm going to have guests on. I don't know. Anyway, guys, yeah, wrap it up. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Absolutely. But anyway, with that being said, we got a jam-packed week this week. So make sure you like, subscribe, share. Again, we get to 500 subscribers Sunday. I will live stream the Super Bowl, guys. So let's get that done. Everybody have a fantastic Monday. Go Birds. And bubbles up.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep.